Okay, we go another update. It's gonna be part 5, I believe. This is, I guess you can call it steering column, and battery normally mounts back there, which is never gonna do that again. Pulled the steering wheel out. Of course, somebody was kind enough to weld it on. Right here is welded on. It's not supposed to be. So then you can actually pull it off and actually pull the steering wheel out of the column. So I cut steering wheel, which I will reuse and weld back together, or get a quick disconnect for like a dragster or whatnot. It's probably going to be the way I'm going to do it. So there's my panel. I took this off. None of these gauges. There's a gauge there. There's a switch here. There's throttle, choke, something else is there. Yeah, I think these were just pre-drilled holes for nothing. So that's not going back on there. That's going to go away. And is it this one? Yeah, this one here is my new template for it. And the only thing you're going to see there is this. It's roughed up. So buddy of mine's going to cut this out for me with the plasma torch, because it's stainless, 1/4 inch stainless. And the center hole here, he's going to cut that out for me. And then he's going to put a face on this, rough it up for me. I'm going to try to see what he can do on putting my name of the mower in here. Just simply cut it out and leave it open, and might put a piece of plastic or something behind it. Might even put lights on it. We haven't made that far yet. That'd be pretty cool. But just have it cut out through the CS machine, and that'd be that. I also had taken the time to, here it is. So this is my new switch platform. All my gauges and everything's going to be right here. I've got my 2 USB ports, which is great. A voltmeter here. We've got a cigarette lighter plug-in with 5 switches. And this is supposed to be waterproof, so we'll see what happens with that. But I've already noticed that there's a problem. According to Amazon, which is where I ordered it from, most of my parts will be from Amazon, but everything on here is pre-wired. So, and everything's wired to a single power and ground. And they're telling me to run a 15 amp circuit or fuse on this entire system. That's not going to work. So we're going to change this up a little bit. These 3 here, the top 3 here, I'm going to leave wired all together, and then just cut off my power and ground from here, because then it leads off to the switches. What I've noticed, which is cool, which is really cool, switches themselves are rated at 20 amp, 12 volt, 20 amp DC. There it is, right there. So, and that's per switch. So I'm going to wire each switch individually. I might leave the grounds, because why not? But the power side, I'm going to do each individual myself. The fan that I have for the hydraulic system, which you guys have seen me build, it's over here. It states that it pulls almost 30 amps on its own, or 20 amps. It actually pulls 20 amps on its own. Now, to rectify that situation, I went and I bought me, from Amazon, once again, a relay. And that's what you do when you got to run too much power. You run a relay. Okay, it's a 30 amp waterproof relay. Real easy. Got all your pigtails. The individual I bought it from through Amazon, it comes with a diagram. It tells you how to do it. Some other things that I have purchased through Amazon. These neat little guys here. We'll get into that more. But it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can do essentially what they did on that switch and run one hot, and then piggyback your hots over and over and over again, and then from there you can run whatever you want off of that. So you run your hot here and have it piggyback through, depending on what size wire you want to run on there. or multiples hots of. These are individual, so this one goes to this one and that's it, unless you link it to the next one. Then it will make this one hot. So this is one bar, it's another bar, it's another bar, and so on. Or you can run one hot and have it piggyback all the way through and have individual runoffs from there. When you do that, you run a runoff here, and then you want to go to your switch. So you get your hot here, then run off your hot to your switch, then from your switch to whatever device is that you're powering. Really, I had bought these because of my alternator and the way the alternator works. Here's the alternator here, and it's just going to be easier to loop things around with it when that time comes around. I've got some other miscellaneous things. I mean, I bought some power cable for it, some other smaller 14 gauge wire. Yeah, 14 gauge wire. This is 2 gauge wire. I don't think I'll need to run anything more than 2 gauge. If I do, I'll run multiples of. It's a glass. I really like this, but it's a glass fuel filter for it. And the screen on the inside is replaceable. We'll see how that works out. But it looks cool, and I like it. Connectors that actually came with the wiring, and of course some battery terminals. And we're moving along. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or want to add a comment to it, you're more than welcome to. Alright, enjoy.